Ну-с, продолжим учиться. Веди нас.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the
Профессор.
Hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Профессор.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Да.
Defense Against the
Надо
Dark Arts,
защищаться,
as the
учиться
name
защищаться.
implies, focuses on
На
how
курсы
to
по
defend
кунг-фу
oneself
записаться,
against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Пиво! Сливочного пива!
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Да нет.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes.
Профессор
You seem to have
нафиг.
provided our new fifth year with
Нафиг.
a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in
Да,
one
мы
piece.
такие.
Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to
И вам не
use
кашлять.
your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Слышь, профессор.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. it may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Карта заданий. Ага. Ливиосо. Акцио. Ну давайте акцио сначала.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a
А что
day
такое
ahead,
акцио,
with
интересно?
classes
Ну,
and
Ливио
trip to
понятно,
Hogsmeade for
левитация.
supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Ладно, напоминали нам с тобой еще. Ты что ногой шевелил? Да тут заблудишься без компаса. Кто там болтал? Она дурная, что ли? Колдунство. Ничего нет. Печально. Бежим, 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 бежим. И я не понял, а почему сразу не открылось? База защиты от темных искусств. О. Кто орет? Кто орет? О. Где чемодан? Я видел, он где-то в сортире.
Lumos.
Нас обманули. А может где? Мы что, были в мужском сортире? Ну нифига себе. О, это другой разговор. Да и хер с тобой.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Revelio.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
О, мы на месте.
Wish I could spend all day flying. Should have been born a hippogriff.
Начать. Начать, а потом закончить.
Here. Behind
Наше
you.
здрасте вашему классу.
There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the
Nettie.
new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Начнем. Вот он.
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone?
Да мы только пришли, откуда могли сдать-то твое все это, а?
It is too late to study now.
Вот
My,
крысё.
the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Че, биться будем? Ой. Ой. Что-то я тупанул сначала.
Accio.
Акциос. О, это нам пригодится.
That is not bad.
You are a swift
Будем
learner. I
подкрадывать
see a
что-нибудь.
lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have
Фига
the
себе, у вас
basics
уроки
down,
такие
and it is an
хорошие,
exceptionally lovely
короткие,
day,
и главное,
I was
всё
thinking
понятно.
that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
After me. Подсказка. О,
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree.
Квидич.
So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
И что ты нам предлагаешь? В мячик играть? Ты вообще-то уже взрослый.
Very simply, cast accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your... Very good! Happens to the best. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. Splendid! Not to worry. That's it! Stay focused. Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Что ты там?
You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go!
А где
That is
наш?
how it's done. Be sharp.
Сюда иди!
Happens to the best of us.
Let us see this.
Ой. Ах ты ж, блинский блин!
There we go.
Тут надо аккуратно работать.
Very good.
А! Вот я дебил.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this.
Да она читер.
That is how it's done.
Стой, 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 стой! О, молодец, молодец! Все, хватит.
Splendid.
Here we go!
Нифига себе она читер.
Quite impressive.
А ты что хотел?
Let us see this.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
Всем спасибо, все свободны.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Надо читать правила игры сначала, потом уже.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Все свободны.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Да я справлюсь.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Your magic. На что похоже
Is
твоего
Wagadu
гада?
a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much
Лунный
a
город?
castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Ну, спасибо
It's
за
nice to
Уганду.
learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
И чё он нас хочет спросить?
Of course, you can use accio.
Слышь,
A word,
ты,
if you would.
If you're so inclined.
Ронин.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Первоклассный студент. Офигеть. Мы что, вторую стали? Нифига себе. Как быстро тут все делается. Как тут все быстро происходит. Эй, зубрила.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant accio this, accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Что за значок? Что это значит?
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
На твоего дедушку. Что за значок? Побочки? А где побочка? Где побочка? Ну ладно. Так, а теперь надо туда смотаться как-нибудь.
Revelio.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Чё хотела?
Hello. You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well.
Они
You
болтают лишнего
certainly seem
просто.
to hold your own in charms.
Ты так добря ко мне,
I've been
да?
fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Чуманданстер? Где чуманданстер?
Revelio.
Я не понял, где чуманданстер?
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of
And by the end of
1752.
it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I should say
Откройте! Звери!
Lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flat.
Oh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Замок.
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot, and he says it's a flack.
Revelio.
Ты что тут делаешь? Перескачать, наверное. К физкультуре готовится. О, дворник местный. Отдай веник. Ну и не надо. Больно надо. Что это за фигня?
Lumos.
Сортир.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Спортсмен.
Revelio.
Чуманданстер. Печально, что нельзя вскрыть. Ладно, мы еще свое воровское дело прокачаем.
Revelio.
Чё за... О, чайку бы хлебнуть.
Revelio.
Да уж. Ладно. Начать задание.
all you've got.
О, змей.
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso?
Ливиосо?
A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Ну да. Ливиосо.
Levioso.
Видали, да?
Now, let's try something a little larger.
И? Что-то конкретно надо сделать? Или
Let
его
us
полностью?
begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Давайте всех завалим.
Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
А правила?
This should be easy. Good form.
I know.
This can't be your first.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
If only all of my students were today. I do enjoy life.
Ха-ха! Вот так мы его наколдунили.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Следующий
I put you on the
подавайте.
spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Да всех завалим, не переживайте.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can.
Профессор.
Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Да?
All right. That's enough
All
spectacle
right.
for one day. Class is dismissed.
Чё хотел, а?
Nice work.
Подраться хочешь, да? А если палкой в глаз?
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Да. Первое так.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned
Подпольные
dueling
бои
organization.
школьные. Да? Ну, как-то это подозрительно. В школе, да, подпольные бои.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock
Тебе
tower
повезло, Маш, что
entrance.
тебя не завалили. Да нафиг.
If you're interested. Till next time.
Так, чемодан. А где чемодан?
Revelio.
Журнал заданий. Ладно, поговорим. Уговорил, поговорим. Где мой чемодан? Я тебя спрашиваю, где
If you
чемодан?
know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Ты же мне Гарри Поттер не доделанный. Так, побежали.
Revelio.
Нет ничего. Ничего нет. Эй, а что дверь с ноги не открывает? А, подгружают дверь. Ха, ясно.
Revelio.
Че, даже водички не хлебнешь? Ну ладно. Так. Чё звенит все время? На точку отметить, наверное. Где точка? Где точка? Ага, вот она.
Revelio.
Ладно, бежим. На задание. С дороги. Главный ученик бежит.
Revelio.
Что за фигня?
Levioso. Accio. Lumos.
Ух ты. А я и не знал. И что это дает? А ничего не дает. Ни хера. Так, всем выйти из сумрака. О, чемодан. И что за шараду тут нарисовали? Опять мой чемодан не дают забрать. Акцио. Как?
Lumos.
О. Оригинал. Блин, не то сделал. Ну ладно. Куда делся-то бумажка? Сюда иди. Get over here. Дочь Скорпиона. О. Да. О, кошак. Меурицо, ты ли это? Меурицо. Лети, кот, лети. Блин, я же тебя только что поднял в воздух. Мяу! Кошак летающий. А, еще кого-нибудь можно поднять? Не попал, ну ладно. Опа-на. Баруфио. Что за Баруфио? Так, нам вниз, походу. Нет ничего. Ага, есть что. Чё за херня? Да. Нас только что выблевали. Я что-то тут видел. Подозрительно. Сказочный шаг.
Revelio.
Нет ничего. О, это что такое? Карта Аргилиша.
Lumos. Levioso. Accio. Revelio.
И это все? На что вы способны? Кто ржал? Ну и что ты подсвечена? Что с тобой делать? Время мало осталось. Ну ладно. Акциосу и ливиосо. О. А, это внутри.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Lumos. Revelio.
Это ты тут? Подонкус.
Revelio.
Замок.
Can I help you? Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed ones. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
Да ладно.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross ones work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
А почему бы и
Of
нет?
course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
А время есть? Ну, один
Get
бой
me in the
есть.
ring.
Один бой.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Act like a winner.
people can't watch the
Ты что там делал, а? Придурок.
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organize these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Ones victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
Какого херогена там?
Revelio.
Внешний вид. Золото. Рукоятки палочки. Ха! Интересно, а в других тоже есть задания в побочке? Нету. Что, только там? Ну, давай внешний вид наденем. Да, осталось время вообще ни о чем. Ладно, сейчас закончим, значит.
Revelio.
В сторону.
Possibly be as difficult as it seems.
Hello, Lenora. What are you looking at?
Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Что ты тут мутишь?
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll
Там листок пролетел, блин, пока с тобой болтаем, блин, а?
Do come and find me if you stumble on
Да иди,
something
дай профессионалом поработать.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Did you get your wish room completed?
Сюда иди. Вот так вот мы делаем это.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it? Revelio. Revelio.
И... Лети, бабочка! Я сказал, лети!
Lumos. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
На картину? Какую картину? А-а-а. Где там замуту устроен? А как вернуть?
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Гаси шараду устроен. Время кончается. Ладно, фиг. Запишемся. Всем пока, все свободны.